Hello, thank you for attending tonight's session, the monthly session. Let's Talk Tuesday. This is where I answer your questions. I have a few topics to cover, and we might go 30 minutes, we might go 60 minutes. The idea is to bring you a little value here. My name is Scott. I am a full time RVer in the Winnebago Travado, which I love my Travado. So, hello, everybody. Folks are coming in. That's great. Thank you for joining tonight. Somebody can tap me a, there we go. Hey, Ryan. Thanks for tuning in, sir. Appreciate that. Got a few things to cover tonight, and hopefully got some good questions from you guys out there and gals. Alaska joining in. Hey, Jim. That's tremendous. We may have our cat Luke join as well. He's turning into werewolf hour, where he likes to go for a walk in the evening. And hey, Terry from Lake Worth, West Palm Beach, Florida area. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, let me know where in the nation, where in the world you're watching from. That would be great. I'm using my iPad again, so kind of apologize for the weird angle. Was trying to find some things to set this thing up on so it would be more like eye level, but I'm still struggling and learning, I should say, with YouTube Live. I love how this connects. It's real time, broadcast TV. Anything can happen. Harvest Host, Northern Alabama. Ooh, I love Northern Alabama. Northeast Alabama, I'm just curious, by Lake Guntersville. And Terry, what kind of a Harvest Host? Harvest Host site. If you're not familiar, shout out in the chat. Are you familiar with Harvest Host program or not? We can talk about that for sure. And if you are, what's been some of your best experiences? Let's call some of those out. Harvest Host was my number one recommendation, 2019. And it may well be again this year. I just love Harvest Hosts. I'm part of the golf program. If you weren't familiar with Harvest Hosts, I'm part of the golf program. Ever been to a golf course in a bad neighborhood? No. They're usually in pretty good neighborhoods. And so, as part of the Harvest Host golf program, I get to go to golf courses quite a bit. They usually have a nice 19th hole, as they call it, which is the pub. Usually have a pretty good hamburger, pretty good beer, pretty cheap. Usually have Wi-Fi, which is great. Rosemont, California. Hello. Quartzsite, Arizona. Jane with a Y. Jane, thanks for tuning in tonight. Really appreciate that. Jane's one of our audience angels. Jane, if you're kind of, well, I don't know, you're probably pretty well ensconced in Quartzsite for the winter, I'm guessing. How long are you going to be down there? We got a couple announcements. You might want to go to a channel campout again. Jane joined us for a channel campout in Wallace, Idaho. So much fun. Chehalis, Washington. All right, that's cool. That's up by the Wenatchee area, right? I think so. North Idaho. Just talking about Wallace. Love Wallace, Idaho so much. Yeah, the border's still closed. So thanks, folks, for tuning in tonight. I got a couple of things to share with you. A couple of questions. So I'm reading kind of my iPhone here. So just a happy September. Happy October, everybody. Can you believe it's the 20th of October 2020? We are 11 days from Halloween. Crazy to think about. I'm kind of glad this year is flying by. What about you? Let's hope things are vastly different in 2021. And really, if you think about it, we're just, 90 days less than from Christmas. Whoa, it's hard to think about, too. Kim just bought a Coachman Beyond. Wow, good job. Congratulations. Kim, are you currently have delivery of the vehicle, have possession of, or you have it ordered out? I'm curious. Um, oh, Jane's in Quartzsite for 6 months. That is terrific. I kind of buzzed through Quartzsite area. It looks really cool. I would love to go back. Byron, Illinois. Jane, welcome. Kim says she has her Coachman Beyond, so congratulations on that. That is really, really awesome. Um, so yeah, just 1 second here, guys. Sorry. So I'm kind of curious. So Northern Idaho, this may not be a, well, it could be. I don't know. So I'm just kind of curious. How many people have been to Boise, Idaho? How many people have been to Twin Falls, Idaho? How many people have been to Salt Lake City? Those are places I have been lately, and I've got some videos coming up about them. How many people have been to a ghost town? I was in Silver City, Idaho, a ghost town. It was thriving metropolis, 2,700 people in the 1880s. Now, population literally two. It's pretty crazy. So I'm just kind of curious. We're going to talk about Idaho a little bit to tee up some of these videos I got coming. And the reason I'm in Salt Lake, as you might ask, is because I took my van. And if you're not familiar with Kevin Martin of 30 and a Wake Up, he's got a Travado. He's got a travel channel. He's been Travadoing about the last few months. He's got a National Park edition. He had his Travado lifted by off-highway van in Salt Lake City, Utah, and I just had my van lifted the last few days, and it's pretty cool. The weirdest thing is, are you ready for it? The extra 4 inches to get into the rig. It was like the first time in, I'm like, wow, and I'm falling out just about every time. So I lifted my van. We definitely have a video coming up about that. I'm finishing the recording of that tomorrow at their shop. Not only do they do off-road, enhancements, they actually build Class B RVs. So we're hoping to get have one there that they can build out. But thank you, Jane, on the lift. Do I think it's worth it? It looks cool. I'm into looks. I think from a practicality standpoint, absolutely. I cannot tell you, and Jane, you would know, you have a Travado as well. KL, that battery box hangs low, and the waste tank valves are low, and I'm sure like you, always considering not only my roof height, but my ground clearance. And the ground clearance is about 6, maybe 7 inches on mine prior, and now I've got 4 extra inches, so it's significantly higher. I'm not having to worry about curbs, parking stops, really deep driveways. I passed 2 of them today, where earlier in the week, before I got the lift done, I was like kind of scooting by, driving really slow because I didn't want to bang up anything, and now I'm like, boom. It was pretty cool. I did it with a grin, not a grimace now. So I would do it. It's about $2,500. But I think from a safety standpoint, I think it's pretty worth it. I know Kevin swears by his, which is great. Yeah, 4 inches is huge. Now everybody thinks Lily is the name of my van. Lily is really an off-road 4x4 rig, and it kind of goes off-road here and there, but I'm more of an urban cowboy, and definitely not 4x4. San Diego, hello. Kim, is it lithium? Oh, I'm guessing on the Coachman Beyond. That's a good question. They have a Li3 or something like that they called it. I can't remember. Claire, good morning. Where in the world are you? Because it's evening here in Salt Lake City. So yeah, look at folks coming in here. This is 52 great people. If you can help me out and give me a thumb up, that would be awesome. We'd love to have a thumb up from everybody in the chat room here. So let me know, have you been to Boise? Have you been to Twin Falls? Been to Salt Lake? Have you been to a ghost town? I'm curious because I've got some really interesting videos coming up. And one of the announcements I would like to make is I'm kind of changing up my video format. It's a little funny. If you look at the types of videos I put out, it's really about the rig. I love my Travado. I talk about it probably too much. I got a comment recently. It's like, we're tired of hearing about your bathroom. Stop measuring your bathroom. Show us where your bathroom's taken you. Something like that. So I'm really changing it up. I've hired an editing company to help me get more content out more quickly, and it's helping me think through how to record the content so I can get it out more quickly. And you're going to see the fruits of that labor starting this week. So I'm really excited. We have a video, the first one coming out probably tomorrow, is on this ghost town. Yes, and yes. Yeah, I'm in love with Idaho, man. Northern and southern. Southern is very different. It's not mountainous like northern Idaho, Panhandle. It's kind of a high mountain desert environment, and it's been just a spectacular autumn here. I've been in the southern Idaho, Boise, and now Salt Lake City area for the last 12, 15 days, and the The days are in the mid to high 70s and the mid 50s at night. It's just the best RVing weather. Um, Indio, California. So, what questions do you guys have? Put those questions in there. Let's get some of those things going. So everybody wants to know how Luke is. Luke, how you doing, Luke? He's pouting. Actually, you want to see him? Here, I'll spin this around quick. Luke, Luke, people want to know how you're doing, Luke. You can tell he's pouting when he's doing that. You can see his ears go back. So funny. He's doing great though. We both were in jail, figuratively, Thursday through Monday at a hotel while they did their work on my rig. So I am thrilled to be back in the van. He's thrilled to be out smelling stuff, and he wants to go for a walk so bad. He's actually learned how to discern the word walk. I'm watching his ears. And outside. Outside means he's getting tethered to the rig or to the table or to the tree nearby. Walk means we're going out for a walk and he gets to go sniff a lot of stuff. He's just the greatest cat. So Fur Baby, thank you for asking. Priest Lake's amazing. I've been there a long time ago, but Thailand, holy cow. Thai food sounds so yummy right now. That is not fair. Thailand. Hey, James. Thanks for tuning in. International audience. Vladimir, look at this. Hello, sir. Have you polished your rig yet? If yes, where? Polished? I'm guessing you mean lifted? Not sure what you mean by polished. I have given Lily several baths with the wrap. It's holding up very nicely. I actually used, a public car wash. Man, that was not a great idea. Their brush was really not awesome, and I think I scratched it in a few areas. We'll see if I can buff that out, but that's performing really well. Kevin of 30 to Wake Up, he's really jealous of my wrap, and everybody is really taking a shine to the wrap. I still love it every time I see it. It's just amazing. So what questions do you guys have? RV systems, lithium ion, Volta, waste tanks, weather. We're in fall for sure. It's just amazing to think that we're in the autumn already. Otherwise, I'll continue on a couple of these things. Hey, Mark, good to see you, sir. Donna, good to see you as always. Yes, I love the wrap. It's, as Kyle, my partner, says, it's my $5,000 sticker, and it certainly is, but worth every penny. So distinctive. Look at that, 67 people. This is awesome. So MTB says, just bought a 2021 Tellaro last week, spent first weekend touring Texas. Love Texas. Can't wait to get back to Texas. Hopefully late November. So why Tellaro? There's a couple, 3 models, I think. So let me know which model you purchase. I really like the Tellaro from the RV Super Show in Tampa in January. That was the one I was most intrigued by for a lot of reasons. So I'm kind of curious which one you bought. So Alan asks, hi Donna. Alan asks a good question here. Do you have a dehumidifier in your van? And if so, which one? I do not. I have not had a humidity problem, really at all. I had some of those defectant, is that what you call it? Where it sucks the moisture out of the air. I had those for the first while because everybody talks about moisture in an RV. My thermostat right here, my temperature gauge right here. Whoa. Let's see what it says. 19% relative humidity right now. My problem is the air's too dry. Actually, my hands are cracking. So I've not, the only place I've had a humidity be an issue is home-based Florida, where it's really humid all the time. And a problem is in quotes, because it's the air conditioner sucks it out pretty well. So humidity for me has not been a problem. And I do kind of keep an eye on it. It's just a kind of a curiosity. But again, my problems of late have been too dry of air. I mean, 19% relative humidity is pretty dry, right? I mean, yeah. Spell Madam says, do you have insulated windows? Yes. I love my insulated windows. So let me show you. I'll just twist this way a little bit. So I'm at an RV park in Salt Lake. Long story there. So I have the awning style windows, and these are double panes. So they're acrylic windows. There's a big, I'd say they're probably close to a ½ inch, maybe more, thickness that acts as insulation. So that's insulated to 0.1, right? And then I can use the blind like that, and it really does help keep out the cold. And I have 4 of these style windows. I'm putting the bug screen down just to remind me that Luke is off his leash and that I have windows open. Um, and but I tell you, those windows are not the problem for insulated purposes. The big problems are the cab windows, um, which is obviously the driver, passenger, and the front cab. Those are not insulated, and they suck all kinds of heat and cooling out of this rig. Um, Good question though. My recommendation, Spell Madam, is get those awning style windows. I did a video on that. There's 5 specific reasons. Insulating is kind of one of them, but it's the least of my concerns really, because again, the cab is where all the heat and coolness loss is. Um, did you upgrade the sway bar when they lifted the van? Great question, Dawn. No, sway bar was installed. We're going to go through what they actually did to the rig. It's a little different than I thought, to be honest. Um, and what I am doing, though, and this will be part of the video as well, I had Sumo Springs already installed, but they were the shorter ones and the squishier ones. What they're going to do is we're going to replace those with rear, really firm, a little bit taller, I think, because it is a little more top heavy. It definitely has a little sway to it that it didn't have before. So the Sumo Springs application installation, I should say, will, as the off-highway van guys say, will mitigate that, which is great. I'm like, no, I already got Sumo Springs, and then driving around for a couple of days, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to put those on because it definitely is a little. It's a little like this, which is okay. Yes, thank you, Trish. However you say that, that's awesome. 88 people. This is great, you guys and gals. So I'm really excited to do the video. The other thing that's been different, it steers differently. I would say more firmly. I'm not quite sure how to categorize that yet, but I like it. I like it. I like it. I love it. It looks. She looks so tough now. It looks like she can climb a tree, or at least a log. So what questions do you folks have? So Claire says, I'm trying to convince my husband and get a small van and start from there. We can use it to sleep overnight, like when we go to somewhere, but literally not sure where to start. How do you mean? Start convincing the husband or start with a small van? If you can clarify that for me, we can talk about that. I've been thinking about a video, because I have a partner. We've been together for 20 years, a long time. And he's in Florida home base, Kyle, managing our Airbnb properties. I'm out here on the road managing our RV business. And we got some announcements coming up about that. We've kind of very soft launched. If you go to my website, I'm now the official Volta brand ambassador. So we have kind of 2 businesses, and we have some real estate out in Chicago area. So I'm in charge of those, plus the RV business. How do you get your spouse on board when you are and they're not? I think we're thinking about doing a video about that, because I'm getting this question more and more, and certainly in these days of being stuck at home or working. How cool would it be to be out roaming around, even if it's just for long weekends or a couple weeks here and there, just to get out of the house? I kind of feel a little bit sorry for my work colleagues because they're stuck in their houses, and I just like, they're like, "Where are you today?" I'm like, you don't want to know because it's so cool. Anyway, it's Claire, if you can clarify that for me, I'll see if we can answer that. So have you, Michael, sorry, wants to know, have you updated your audio head unit and speakers? No. I probably would take a look at the speakers. I really don't want to monkey with the electronics in there. I use Apple Music, and I stream through the Bluetooth. It works fine. I don't have AirPlay, or Apple CarPlay, which is fine. I just love the simplicity of it. Better music sounding, yeah. So I might look at that at some point. My rig is largely off of warranty now. I've only got the powertrain warranty going on. I should talk about that at some point too. So I crossed 50,000 miles. The powertrain warranty runs out at 50,000. I bought an extended warranty. It's 2 years, unlimited mileage. For at least the powertrain, I should look, and I think it covers more than just that. But because I had some issues, I haven't had any lately, thank God. Although the tire pressure monitoring system has gone out again, so I've replaced it once. This will be a second time. So yeah, planning to do the audio head. No, not at this point. No. Would like to see your wrap. Yes, Judy, I did a great video on that. You'll want to search on on the YouTube there. I think it's like new van, and it's all about the wrap. You can see what it looked like before it was silver before. So check that out. Shoot a comment to me, and I could direct you to that specifically. Yes, Kim says those windows are great, referring to the awning style windows. Um, so here's IJRV Journey. Question: Winnebago Trend 2017 with 100 watts of solar and two AGM batteries. We would like to boondock. Do you recommend 2,000 or 3,000 watt inverter? I am not going to be an expert on that, but those sound like really big inverters for a small amount of energy. I might be way wrong on that. Somebody can maybe help us out. I have a Volta system. It's 8,700 watt hour, 48 volt. I can go days on Volta on, inverter off, kind of direct current mode only, or a couple days depending on solar with the inverter on. My inverter is 3,600 watts, so that seems like overkill. I don't know. Does that come with it? Um, Somebody will have to help us out there. Good job looking at Winnebago. Appreciate that. Um, I would really encourage you. I mean, I don't know what the trend comes with. I'm just not familiar with the class C's, I think is what that's actually classified as in terms of lithium options. But I would highly recommend looking at lithium ion. AGMs are great, but lithium is way better. Weighs less. You could charge it fuller. You could deplete it more fully. You'll need you'll need a little more solar wattage, I think. Hope that helps. Hey, Ian. First time catching your stream since Silver City. Wow, thanks. Silver City. Wait till you guys see this video. Oh my God. I am 100 people. Look at that. That's an OMG as well. Oh, we just lost two. If everybody can do me a favor and hit a thumb up, we should have 98 thumbs up. We just need, what is that, 58 more, something like that. Oh my God, you guys, Silver City. So this is funny. You guys get a sneak peek here. So my mom told me not to go. I went anyway. Who listens to our moms, right? And I should have listened to my mom. It was, it was 22 miles one way up this dirt, gravel, unmaintained, really road. I wish I had a lift. I wish I had four-wheel drive. I'm glad I had my all-terrain tires because I don't think I would have made it in the standard tires. It was really, the road was so scary. And the scarier part of the roads was in town. Wait till you guys see the ruts and oh my God, I can't believe I drove my rig through that. But we made an amazing video. Wait till you guys see it. It is so cool. Which van to start with? Thank you, Claire, for clarifying. It really depends on what you're looking to do. I would think about what chassis do you want. They're similar but vastly different. If you are on the tall side, Transit is going to be the tallest interior headroom, followed by Sprinter by Mercedes. Last in place is ProMaster from a head clearance interior, but the ProMaster is the widest of the four. So you get 4 extra inches in here, which is a lot. And then you got to think about diesel versus gasoline. I don't want diesel specifically. You do have options with Transit, gasoline or diesel, and you have all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive for sure. I know they have all-wheel drive. Maybe you choose four-wheel drive as well. So and then their floor plan. You got to think through your floor plan. How are you going to use your rig? It's so important to get the floor plan thought through correctly. And that's based on how are you going to use it? How long are you going to be in it at short amounts of time, extended amounts of time? You really want to think all that through. I did a video. It was one of my very first videos. I did 300 hours of research. I can't remember the exact title, but it's 5 things to look at in choosing your RV, and still relevant today. And I would go through that exact same process. So I hope that helps a little bit. New or used, boy, good luck on getting either right now. RV sales are hot, but if you can go used, that's a great way. A year or two old, 3 maybe on a. Sorry, Ginger Walkabout's trying to get in. You guys. Oh, well, YouTube Live. Oh, geez, I blew it. This was supposed to be Zoom. Oh my gosh, see, my head is so scrambled. Let me text her quick. Hang tight. That's funny. Um, Sorry about that. Ginger Walkabout. Have you seen her channel? She's amazing. She is sassy and brassy. That's funny. My mistake. Um, so hopefully that helps Claire a little bit. Which fan to start with? So um, Anthony wants to know potential excessive driveline wear with lift. Driveline didn't change. To my, they just literally lifted the chassis. We'll go through that in the video. I need to fully understand it, but the drive line didn't change from what I know. Uh, Mickey's like, yeah, I had that problem too. Husband's happy at home. Yeah, so what do you do if one wants to buzz around and the other wants to sit at home, comfy at home? Both are great. Maybe there's a way to compromise. That's what we managed to do. So that's great. So Howard had a van lift at off Highway Vans too. He said they took off the Sumos. Yep, they took my Sumos off the front. That's correct. And they put them back on. Helped with the sway. Yeah, the sway is pretty interesting. That's why I put Sumos on to start with. And I never had an issue, and now it's kind of the sway again. So I'm putting them on the tougher one. Tom in Florida, is that what that says? Can't read it. Has a good question. Are you going to the RV show in Tampa in January? Yes, I am so excited. We are going, yes, to the Tampa RV show. From everything we're seeing, it's a go. I've got they're working on industry day stuff, which is for RV industry people only, no public that day. So we're working on that. Embassy RV is going to be showing rigs there as well. We're going to be doing some Volta brand ambassador stuff at the Winnebago booth also. So yes, at this point, everything's a thumb up, green light. Super excited about that. And are you planning to attend? If so, gosh, let's kick the year off right with an amazing RV show. It's huge. The largest in the country, depending on how you want to measure things, is what I'm told. But it's a giant show. So much fun. So hi Trish. So Trish wants to know, have you done anything to quiet the bathroom door when driving? Or does it make you nuts? Drives my husband nuts. Do you have a G floor plan, Trish? I can't remember. So mine tucks into the pocket door and it doesn't rattle. It rattles so little. I don't even notice it unless I'm really on a rough road, like I was going to Silver City. But it doesn't rattle, doesn't bother me. It kind of slides around and tucks in the between the toilet floor area and the wall. So it doesn't bother me. You might want to stick like a little dish rag or something in there in between where the toilet floor is. That would certainly stop it from rattling from the back side. The front side snapped closed. It seems to me, just watching videos and being around the K floor plan, those seem to rattle a little bit more, even just trying to close them and open them. So I hope that helps. Hey Rod, says, been watching you for a while. 2 questions. Is the bed really big enough for 2? And have you done anything to your unit to permit all-season operation? Great question. So is the bed really big enough to do 2? I did a really thorough bedroom tour that posted a few weeks ago. I would encourage you to go take a look at that. The bed is about 4x6, so depending on how big you 2 are and what your sleep patterns are like, it could sleep 2. It's going to be cozy. But if you're on the larger size and you flip and flop all night long, it's going to be miserable. In which case, 1 is perfect, and then just convert the table into the bed. It only takes a few minutes, and you can put another person up here. So it's practical. Again, just depends on the size of person and sleep patterns, I would say. I sleep like I'm practicing to be in my coffin. I kind of lay like this, and I don't really move at all night. And what I have remaining for me, Luke, the cat, takes all the rest of it. So have you done anything to permit your all-season operation? So kind of tongue-in-cheek answer is, I'm not going to be in extreme temps either way. These are still vans at the end of the day. So the cab has a tremendous amount of heat loss or cool air loss. My tanks hang outside, so I have the tank warmers, which is what this button is right here, like that. So those will keep the three tanks, black, gray, and fresh from freezing. They take a tremendous amount of energy, so I would not really want to run. I mean, you could at one point, so you'd be consuming a tremendous amount of electricity from your Volta system if you're not plugged in. If you're plugged in, that's fine, but they'll keep them warm and won't freeze. And your Truma furnace will do a great job on propane. So that's all season. It's been pretty cold. I've been in the teens before, and again, the systems work. I would not want to spend extended amounts of time, again, either extreme heats. Anything plus 90 degrees, I'm looking for cooler weather. Anything below, really even the 30s, I'm looking for warmer weather. It just makes the RV experience more pleasant. There's some crazy like do skiing and stuff like that. Which case, I think for depending on the resource is available, you could probably have a very lovely ski weekend in this rig just fine, assuming you're kind of plugged in for the tank warmers. And the Volta system, I should also say the interior needs to be warm so that the Volta energy pack itself stays warm, and it likes comfy temperatures like us. It does a great job discharging to pretty low temps, but to charge it needs to be the energy pack needs to be pretty comfy. So Alan says, check out Ultra Mobility's Class B reviews. Yeah, he does some good stuff there. Deming, New Mexico. I'm actually headed to Albuquerque here in a few weeks, which is one of my points I want to make for you folks tonight. 94 people. This is great. My apologies if you're coming in from Zoom. This was supposed to be a Zoom link tonight, and and Kevin is competing with us. Kevin, how dare you? Kevin, 30 of a Wake Up is starting up a YouTube live session. So I do these Let's Talk Tuesdays once a month, and then we do a Zoom session. This was supposed to be Zoom. So those of you that suffered through over there and are now here, I appreciate you making that transition. Thank you. So Eileen, this is a great question. Hi, Scott and Luke. How has your remote internet connection been lately? Any new recommendations in securing adequate Wi-Fi connections while out and about? Eileen, that's a great question. It's still my number one issue is internet connectivity. Why? Because I consume a tremendous amount of bandwidth, something we never think about at home. So I have, and the cellular carriers, they have their plans change all too frequently, in my opinion. They sort of need to step up and really put out some plans that are traveler friendly, RVer friendly. So what I have is, I'm just going to pull it out of my closet or my cubby up here. So what I have is, this is a jetpack from Verizon. It's a little MiFi spot. So this is LTE. It's self-contained, unlimited, which is the key here, and it's $70 a month. It's prepay, $70 a month. It's unlimited. I get about 300 to 400 gigabytes in a 30-day billing cycle before they throttle me back to kind of dial-up speeds. I'm sensitive to that, so what I do is I find other sources to augment this. So this is kind of depending on where I am, what I'm doing, plan A or plan B. Spin around this way. The challenge though is no longer available. They discontinued these about a year ago. I'm so glad I bought it then. No longer available. So what do I do to augment the Verizon Wi-Fi? I seek Wi-Fi out other places. So right now I'm at a KOA campground in Salt Lake City. They have Wi-Fi. It's pretty crappy, as it usually is in a RV park. It works. It's like 1 or 2 megabits down and a 0.5 up, so it's like 9600 baud. Airplanes probably have better Wi-Fi. It's just so annoying to me that RV parks in particular talk about how their Wi-Fi, and you get here and it's basically useless. That said, Twin Falls, Idaho, the KOA there, OMG, they have blazing fast Wi-Fi. That's actually why I went there for a few days, was to get their Wi-Fi. So RV parks not great. Planet Fitnesses, I go to Planet Fitness quite often. They have usually pretty good Wi-Fi. Um, Libraries were a source of great Wi-Fi for me, but now in current conditions, Wi-Fi at libraries, it's hit or miss on the speed. Usually it's pretty good, certainly better than an RV park, but they really limit the number of people and they limit the amount of time, and it's just not the awesome experience that a lot of things used to be, right? But that's a source. My I have a tip for you. So the other thing I do is I go to businesses where there is Wi-Fi, but what I do is I go in and I run this app. It's called Speed Test, literally. And what I'm going to do, so this is on Verizon LTE. You guys can see that. So I'm going to hit the go button here, and what's going to do? It's going to measure the speed of cellular from Verizon. That's awesome. That's on my iPhone, just running off Verizon, right? So what I do is I run this app before I spend any money at the business. And if they have a Wi-Fi sticker in the window in particular, and that's why I'm going in there, places. So there's the download and upload. So download is great, 51 megabits. Uploads 3-ish. So not awesome, but download is oftentimes more important. Um, so I would use that app, and if it sucks, I would not spend a dime in there. I would let them know that, hey, you say you have Wi-Fi. Look at this app. You have no Wi-Fi. I'm taking my dollars elsewhere. And I think if we just spent more time educating the business on what Wi-Fi means, if you're going to offer it, great. Then make it useful. And if you're not, then take the sticker out the window. This is Wi-Fi. Um, but yeah, I've spent hundreds of dollars on meals and drinks and whatever, only to find out after I started getting set up and placed my order that the Wi-Fi sucked. So it's a great question. It's a combination of have your own means. Um, this you're going to burn up your data plan if you're working from the road, as I do. I have my RV business YouTube job and my corporate job, and it's a lot of bandwidth. And you might be going, but what about my wine guard on top? My wine guard I use in a little bit different way. We have a big video coming up about that. Um, the problem there is, again, there's no unlimited plans that I'm aware of by Verizon or nor AT&T at this point. Um, I did have a supplementary Wi-Fi hotspot. AT&T, it was huge. It was about this big, and it really didn't run off batteries. So I probably shouldn't have done it, but it was $100 a month for 100 gigabytes. Now compare that to $70, 3, 4, 500 gigabytes in a 30-day billing cycle. That's a tremendous amount of money. So yeah, so it's just one of the things of being on the road. And here's another hot one: Xfinity Wi-Fi. If you're an Xfinity customer, there are Wi-Fi hotspots over the air in varying places. It was awesome in Spokane. It was okay in Boise. It shows up here in Salt Lake, but it doesn't connect. So it's out there, but there's no throughput, which makes it kind of useless. In the area that I am currently, which is near downtown Salt Lake. All right, so I hope that helps a little bit. Yeah, Kim says the Solus 59PX, long wait. Yeah, the RV manufacturers, Winnebago, of course, and Embassy RV even, just having a hard time getting rigs out the door in a quality manner with, because there's been some part shortages. There's like 3 or 4 or 5 months where there was just a huge disruption in the supply chain, and they were able to build rigs after things opened up a bit, but now it's just part constraints, is what I'm told. So, RV Home on the Road. Hi there, Trish. Yep. Tampa RV Super Show is, somebody keep me honest, I want to say it's January 15, 16, 17, 2021. Yeah, so Steven, hey Steven from Spokane, who knows how to buy barbecue, by the way. Yeah, I'll bring that up with him. So he says better sway bar, better shocks and struts in addition to the stiffer sumos may help the ride. The front lift probably does change the CV angles in the front, so watch for wear there is important. Yeah, I'll ask him about that. That's a good point. Got a fly in here. That's awesome. All right, 112 people. You are so amazing. Thank you, each and every one of you. Hey, if you can help me out with the thumbs up, that would sure be awesome. Um, Ginger made it in. What did you miss? We haven't talked about anything important. I'm just kidding. Welcome, the Ginger Walkabout in the house. Um, we got a couple of announcements we're going to make here in about 5 minutes. The Ginger Walkabout, if you haven't seen her YouTube channel, she too has a Travado 59GL. She works really hard to mod out the interior on her rig. I haven't touched mine interior at all. I do all my stuff on the outside. I'm all about fashion over function, I guess. I don't know. Ginger, thanks for making it over here. Sorry. All right, I think we're back. A little interruption there. Sometimes these, yeah, sorry for that hiccup there. Sometimes the not very useful Wi-Fi networks want to come in and take over again. That's what I think was happening there. I think I turned it off. So how we doing? Osama, welcome. Um, let's see. How can I get rid of this guy? Um, don't need to see that. It's funny. So we just passed. This is again. Many thanks to you guys. We passed 10,000 subscribers just a few weeks ago. That's a pretty big accomplishment in the YouTube world. So thanks to each and every one of you for being part of that journey. But as I've crossed 10,000, the number of trolls and weird comments, it must be like a bot, a robot that puts these things out there that you've crossed this threshold. Um, I'm going to do the same thing to this guy. So I'm going to apologize. I don't know what that is, so I'm going to have to remove that. Um, so for all the honest kids, thanks for hanging in there. Oh. So let me, yeah, it's, I'm sorry, I'm just reading, catching up here. Yeah, we're coming to Georgia. So my itinerary. So here's a couple things. So I'm going to give you guys an update, gals. So this has been just an incredible last few months, and so much good stuff to share. So one thing I want to let you know is I have hired an editing firm. I'm going to actually see them physically tomorrow in Provo, Utah. That's another reason that I came to Salt Lake City area. So I can get more content out. It's going to be a lot more travel related. It's a little embarrassing that I'm in an RV talking about RVing, and all you see is my RV. And you're probably getting tired of looking at my RV. I love my Lily. I love my Travado, but we're going to do a lot more travel stuff where the Travado, the van, is incorporated into the travel content. So I'm really shifting it up. I need your honest feedback as we roll. Sorry, as we roll these out. The Ghost Town one being one of the first ones coming up. The other thing I want to call to your attention is my itinerary. I'm going to post this later tonight. But it's going to take me through southern Utah, Albuquerque, Amarillo, Oklahoma, Little Rock, Memphis, and then Nashville. Nashville special. How many people love Nashville? How many like country music? My inner cowboy came out really late in life, and my love of country music came out really late in life. And I am, we're going back to Nashville. We're going to have a channel camp out. And we're doing an Embassy RV day gas program. So if you're in the Tennessee area, if you're in the Nashville area, we're doing 3 days of camping, November 13, 14, 15 at the Fairgrounds Nashville. It's literally 5 miles or 5 minutes, 5 miles, really close to downtown. I personally am walking the campers through some of the best country music places in Nashville. We're going to visit Johnny Cash Museum. We're going to visit the Country Music Hall of Fame. We're going to go to the Ryman Auditorium, Mother Church of Country Music. We're going to go to Ernest Tubbs Record Store. So we got a lot going on that weekend, and we're doing, as I said, the Embassy RV thing. So if you're up for a day event, join us on Saturday the 14th from 2 to 6 p.m. Got a lot of fun things planned there. And if you are any country music, I want to camp out. The Fairgrounds Nashville has campsites, RV campsites on premises. So we're gonna kind of make that the camp out. So again, that's mid-November, 13th to the 15th. I would love to see you there. And if I'm passing through your area, I'll put these cities on my website tonight. I just would love to. Hey, Ginger's going. So excited. Ginger Walkabout is going to Nashville. We're gonna have some fun at the Honky Tonks on Broadway, downtown Nashville. It's such a great town. I just love country music, and my hope is that I am okay. If you guys are speaking Arabic, I don't know what that says, so I got to take it out. If you could type English, that would be great because I don't know what you're talking about there. So sorry if it's legit, but I don't know what it says. So um, lost my train of thought. Yeah. Just love doing the meetups. Now we're going to do our social distancing and our facial coverings and all the appropriate stuff. But I just, I get asked a lot, how have things changed? And for me, they kind of have, and they kind of haven't. Here's a hot tip. Are you guys ready for this? How many of you are looking at an RV or have an RV with never having the intention of using the toilet for all bodily functions, nor plan to ever take a shower in your RV? Let me give you a cold shower on reality. In current conditions, I was at an Idaho state park. You could use the facilities to go potty, but you could not take a shower. And I was there for a week, well, 5 days. I'm now at a KOA in downtown Salt Lake City, and their restrooms are closed and their shower house is closed. And they won't even let you in the park if you don't have a self-contained unit, which you would have. The point being is if you're not planning to use those facilities in your RV, it's like, yeah, I'm never going to do it. You would be going someplace else. So my tip there for you is if you're in the shopping mode, um, you probably should consider learning how, and then using that RV system. If you want to have a pleasant RV experience, because it is really hit or miss. Planet Fitness, I go to Planet Fitness all the time, shower there in particular. Great Wi Fi, maybe get a workout. I need to do more of that. Planet Fitnesses in Washington State are not allowing showers. Point being, your bathroom is an RV system. You better plan to use it, know how to use it, and even use it a few times. Because current conditions, it's really pretty amazing. So let's, yes, Chris D. Looking and would use my own facilities. So I actually will, yeah. It's just so important. It's easily dismissed, but yeah. Ginger's right. So smart. Make sure you can use all of your systems, even if you don't think you ever will. Yeah, it's so important. And these days, you just don't know. I mean, so the beauty is we're in self-contained motorhomes. Even though it's 21 foot long, now mine's 11 foot high and 7 feet wide, but I can do everything in here. And that's so comforting. Um, so, what other questions do you guys have? We'll go for another 10 minutes or so. This has just been great, Joy. Great questions. Ginger's bringing more stickers to Nashville. I need to make stickers. That's a great point. I got so many spinning plates in the air. It's just so awesome. You guys are just such a great audience. 136 people. I'm taking a screenshot. That might be my most ever. And we're competing with Kevin, 30 to Wake Up. His YouTube live is going. If you have not been to his channel, he's really awesome. He and I did a floor plan comparison. KL. K is two twin beds and the bathrooms in the back. Mine, like Ginger Walkabout, is the G floor plan, which is, as I call it, four distinct living areas in the van, permanent table, the great room. Got a video coming up about that. Super functional bathroom. The bed, Murphy bed, garage storage, hallway, and then a really beautiful galley with a humongous fridge and freezer. You would be shocked at how much food I've crammed into my fridge and freezer. Because when I leave here, I'm pretty much harvest hosting national parking, and I don't know where I'm going to stay. So street camping over the next probably 5 days. So I'm grilling ahead. Um, yeah, Alan wants to know, how do you clean your acrylic windows specifically? What product do you use? I've used tinted window tint cleaner because my front windows are tinted. It's pretty gentle, but Jane, if you're still on, Jane with a Y, if you can actually reach out to me, I was thinking about doing a video on that because Jane had specific products she was using on hers. It was like three bottles, right? It's kind of a cleaning system. So kind of let me get back to you on that. I don't have a great answer. What I'm not using on it is anything harsh, Windex or anything. I just use even a damp towel just to kind of wipe them gently with a cloth towel, not a paper towel, just to get my cat's Luke's nose prints off him. um, but yeah, I actually want Jane, if you can, I'll reach out to her if I don't hear from her tonight, is to get those products. She was showing me those at the Go Small Live Large camp out we did in Wallace. And I really want to understand that because I am getting some. I must have scraped a branch because I got a fairly uh, big scuff on this one. Good question. Yeah, just like living in a 30-foot boat. Thank you, Joe. It is boat on wheels. I don't get along with water very well. I think it was forced adoption in Boy Scouts, making me stand in weedy flake beds. Ugh. So I would never live in a boat, but my hat's off to you if you are. Yeah, so Kim says, were you saying that Planet Fitness has Wi-Fi? So you park near it and use the Wi-Fi, or do you go inside? I go inside um, because my big is rig is big, and I have to like park literally right next to it. Sometimes I can get away with it, but I'm after speed. That's why I'm there, so I can just go in and chill out. Literally, they're really over air conditioned. The Wi-Fi is way better inside, so I'm there for speed, maybe a shower, maybe a fast workout. And I don't want to be hanging out again, kind of environmental conditions in the sun. If I'm trying to keep the rig cool, I want to be in the shade. So I go inside, and I've been there. I was in the one in Twin Falls. Twin Falls. They had amazing. It was like 128 megabits down and like 75 up. I went there. I did everything. It was beautiful. Now, Kim, on the other hand, I've been to a laundromat in near it was near Douglas, Indiana, and they had really good Wi-Fi. I parked close enough by that I could pick it up. I didn't want to hang out inside, so I hung out my rig and I used my wine guard to point to their Wi-Fi, and it so it boosted a little bit, and that was a beautiful thing. So you got some options. Is the point there? Trish says your husband 6'2" has totally avoided going by. Um, yeah, I would. It's really I kind of gave him a little grief here. She at the KOA campground here was kind of blaming it on the state, but I'm thinking they just decided not to do it. And if you think about it, so the pools are closed. In this case, the shower room's closed. The toilets are closed. Man, how much more or how much less maintenance costs do you have and crew to keep those facilities up and running and clean and functional? If you can just say, hey, for the next 6 months, no pool, no bathrooms, man, you just put some profits in your pocket because you're not spending the staff time. Point being, you're going to have to learn how to use your system, I think, or at least plan on it if you need it, right? Um, yeah, Ginger says she's got some scratches on her, so we'll ask Jane. Is it Karen? Karen. Yeah, so Karen was the other gal that had Travado at the camp out. Thank you, Jane. I'll reach out to Karen. For some reason, I had you in my mind on that, so I'll reach out. We'll do a video on that because and see if she's happy with it, number one. Oh, hey Sherry. Yeah, sorry I tripped everybody up on the Zoom thing. I got to get better organized. Actually, I've hired some help to help me with some of this stuff. So, in addition to the editors, I've hired a virtual assistant to help me with some of this. 128 people. This is so awesome. Thank you for joining. We'll go for just a few more minutes. What questions do you have? Let's see. Richard says we use plexiglass plastic cleaner on our airplane windows. Good to know. Um, um, Yeah, Ginger says she has a Verizon hotspot through third-party reseller. So there's an RVer group, Technomadia, I think they're called, husband and wife team. They have their whole channel is dedicated kind of to technical, but Wi-Fi in particular. They have a newsletter. If you're really into that, you want to check them out. The Wendlands, Mike and Jennifer RV Lifestyle, did a podcast a couple of episodes ago where Technomania was a guest speaker. If you're not looking at those RV resources, check them out. And as Technomedia said, this stuff changes literally all the time, and there might be a reseller that has something available currently, but then the carrier actually sniffs out what they're actually doing and might turn it off. So it's a I am so lucky to have this program. It's such a lifesaver. Um, and um, but yeah, those are two resources you'll want to. So that's five resources tonight, right? It's Technomedia, the Wendlands, RV Lifestyle, Ginger Walkabout, me, and then Kevin, 30 and a Wake Up. So you guys are getting it from all angles here. If you're not plugged into all those resources, be sure and do so. Let me just look at my list, see if there's anything else we want to cover. Last questions. Let's see. We talked about itinerary. So that's going to be on my website. I'll update it as soon as I get off of this. If I'm coming through your area or close by, my goal is to do a channel roundup in each of these places. I just love getting together with you. Stephen would know, and Jane would know, and Karen would know. It's so much fun getting together, and we can wear coverings and everything. But personal interaction to me is 100% more fun than the digital stuff. So if I'm coming through your area, hit me up. Do you want to be an audience angel and invite me to your driveway for the night? I've had a lot of folks do that lately. That's really awesome. Thank you. We can do that. We talked about the Nashville channel campout, November 13 to 15, 2020. Ginger's going. There's a reason right there to go. Heck with country music. Ginger's going to be in the house. And then we have the Embassy RV Day Guest event on the 14th of November, so you'll want to check that out. And let me know what you think about some of the new videos coming out. Again, we're really pivoting the channel from less focus on the tool, which is the RV. Very important, don't get me wrong. But the reason we RV is to go explore. And I have totally dropped the ball on that with you guys and gals. So I apologize. We're going to pivot. It's up to you to let me know if you like that type of content better. And now with an editing team, and if I can edit it or record it in a different manner, it'll be a lot more easy for me. And I think it'll be way more interesting for you to see the van at a ghost town being used at a BLM campsite next to a creek and walking Luke and a moonlight. Wait till you see the moonlight walk. It was so cool. I'm not gonna do a spoiler alert. You have to watch the video to see my recommendation. So Tracy says Novus, one plastic clean and one shine works well on acrylic windows. So thank you for that. Yeah, I'm super jazzed about Nashville. I just love Nashville. All right, well, with that, we're going to call it a wrap. So thank you. 123 people. I think we had 135 at the top, and that was my most ever. This is getting so exciting. It's just a crazy time we live in, and I hope each of you are happy and healthy and safe, but don't let the current conditions stifle your adventures, your enthusiasm, your willingness to want to get out there and do stuff. You don't have to go full time like me and Ginger, or Kevin for that matter, 30 to Wake Up. You can just take nice long weekends, take a couple weeks, work from the road. I just can't tell you what a great country we live in with amazing people. Even during election year, everybody's 99% of the time super cool, great people, and you're among them out there in the audience. So thank you again, and with that, we'll call it a wrap. Night night.